Hello everyone. So today, as promised, I'm going to do a little hair curling tutorial, kind of, oh, it's hot, no, little demo using the new T3 hot curlers that I got during the Sephora VIB sale. I told you guys that I would show you guys how I use them to curl my hair, because hot curlers, there's something that I've used for a long, well, when I was in high school and college, that's pretty much all I used. I didn't start using curling iron until much later, but I have always really loved them, and it's kind of fun to have a new set. All of mine over the years haven't been super nice. I've never really loved a set like I loved my set that I had in high school, which they were very small, they were plastic, they were the kind that would freaking burn your hands off. Like, I had a permanent callus from curling my hair with those things. And you know, these are flocked, they're very nice. So I mean, they're not gonna burn you, but sometimes I feel like, well, they are pretty hot. But okay. So I'm gonna kind of give you a little overview on that. This is gonna be kind of like a vloggy chit-chatty video too, because I'm going to kind of just not really edit anything out and just kind of show you these in real time, and with it, well, I'm gonna edit it out while it is cooling, but I'm gonna kind of show you what I'm doing. But before I get into that, quickly I will kind of update. I did get my hair done. I just dried it and washed it this morning, and it's kind of like blah, but I got it a lot cooler and brighter, and the girl that does my hair is just so good. I'll put her info below. But what I love is that when you look at the roots still look good. It's not like blonde, which I hate for me. So you can see, I mean, I just dried it, so there's little things all over, but so you can see when she does it, she kind of weaves it in, you know, and you think, oh, well, she didn't, you know, is there anything up there? But when you really look, she very carefully, you know, weaved the color in. Can you see? I'm just really impressed with how she does it, and I really love it. And I know that even if I went back sooner than I did this time, I'm not gonna wait that long, I could probably, this would probably brighten up even more, but I don't know if I really even like that. I always liked it when it looked, I love hair color when it looks a little grown in, so I just love this. So I'm really excited about it, and I think that it suits me a lot better. It's a lot closer to how my blonde was years ago, when you guys remember I was so blonde, which I really like. I think it's more flattering on my skin. So there's that, and I'll kind of go over what I'm wearing really quickly. This is a little choker by Bobble Bar that's very 90s, but I really like it. And I ended up purchasing this top from my what was it, my holiday lookbook, and it was in black, and I ended up purchasing it in this color too. So these are so good. I love this top so much. Anything I talk about in this video, I'll link it, but I'm so in love with these. So let me grab one more thing that I need to do this, and I'll be right back. Y'all, I've got so many good, awesome tips on hot curlers and really good tricks, and you're not gonna get the same look as you would with a curling iron. If they were really small, which I wish, and I'll have to look into that, if I could get them, there's 4 that are a little larger and 4 that are kind of medium. I wish that there was a size smaller than this. I think I would like that too. But this is just a different look, and you're gonna kind of see that. It's so much volume, not like spiral curls or a wavy. You'll just see. Maybe if you had really long hair, it would look a little wavier, but for me, I'm just gonna kind of show you what it does on hair that's my length. And it says that this set can be used for shoulder length or longer, but honestly, I don't know how it would do on hair that's much shorter than mine, you know? I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would use it if my hair was any shorter than this. Should I talk about my makeup really quick, or should we just go? This is what's on my lips. It's the Sigma Seal of Approval lip eclipse. I really like this one. It's not drawing or anything. These are just different. They're kind of they're a little sticky, so they stay on, but they're not but they look like a liquid lipstick. You know, they're good. And then I've been using this instead of the purple, because my purple's out, but these CC cushions that I'm obsessed with, I've been using the pink, and this is actually the one that I was using during that trip to the casino when I told that story of my favorites. This is the color I was using. I forgot. This is the one that I brought on the trip because I thought the pink might be a little easier to work with, and sometimes I can see the purple gets a little purple, but I don't really mind. I think it's pretty, but this one is so good. And I haven't been using any concealer, and you can probably tell me it still looks bright, but it's not wiped out looking, you know what I mean? I think it just looks natural, and it feels good, and I'm not getting any lines or anything throughout the day because there's less product. But even if you know, I mean, it's still fine because I use my spray and my little trick, but it's all good. Okay, so when you do hot curlers and your hair is very clean or whatever, it's just gonna work so much better if your hair has a little bit of texture or a little bit of grab to it. So I got my Oribe dry texturizing spray, and just lightly I'm gonna spray that through, And this will kind of help it hold on to the hot curlers. This is gonna be like so, my hair's gonna be really volumized. And I'm trying not to edit out any of it. I want you guys to really like see how long it takes to just kind of work in this. I don't know what I'm doing. I look like an 80s hairband person. But you know, I just want you guys to see how long it really takes. But then I'll probably edit out like while it's cooling. Okay, this is bad. That is horrible. Okay, so just a little bit, you know, you don't have to go nuts with that. Now, when you're using hot curlers too, it's not quite like a curling iron where like I would even spray each strand, because if you get it wet and then it curls up in the curler, it'll look kind of crunchy and weird. So if you are going to use like a heat protectant or like a curling spray or something, this is my Paul Mitchell hot off the press. Just use it very lightly before, like on your ends. Like in other words, like I wouldn't curl a wet piece of hair. Do you know what I mean? I used to use this spray when I was in high school that would like, I forgot what it was called. It was called like, what was it called, like Temps or something? Do you guys remember that? I get to get it at Walmart. Anyways, I would spray it on each section, like where it would be wet, and then I would curl it. But I used really plasticky curlers that would like fry it and dry it like in a heartbeat. But I think using it with flocked curlers might be a bit much. So the curlers come with this little pouch, and you have to, I mean, it fits in, like if you're gonna travel, and then you could kind of sit it like that. You could put the clips in one side like so, but it's not like a little pouch. It's like that, so it has to sit open. And like I said, when you heat it, it has to be sitting out anyways, right? I mean, the plug wouldn't even fit. So the only thing I really wish that this had was a cover, like a nice plasticky cover. I remember mine that I used years ago. It was like this, it was like a really oval, like long set. I don't know if it was Vidal Sassoon or if it was clear. I forgot what brand it was, or Revlon, I don't remember. But it was like burgundy, and it was really long, and it had a big cover. Wouldn't that be pretty if it had like a black glossy cover so you could leave it sitting out? Okay, so what I do first, I kind of work in sections, and it's the typical like, you know, curling thing. So I'm gonna put one here and one there, okay? So just, I'm just gonna show you guys how I do it. I'm not like trying to make it super perfect or anything, but I do want to get the hair good. Okay, now one thing to think about with hot curlers is when you do it, if you kind of pull it back like that, it's gonna be sitting back too far. So each section you want to pull forward, or like when you get to the sides, you want to pull up. And you can even brush it. I mean, you don't have to, this is intense. Like I'm really making this a lot longer than it needs to be, but, okay, and then you see I'm like pulling it straight forward, and you see all the hair falling, and that's okay. As you turn it, kind of go like this to tuck the hair in. And then kind of like smooth any other pieces, and then I take oh my gosh, the bottom of that was really hot. Make sure that your hair is tucked in and around, especially if you have like wispy hair like I do. If your hair's a little thicker and it stays together better, it might be easier, and this is like a step that you can avoid, but make sure it's clipped really securely. And what I used to do, I used to have those clips that were like this, like metal prongs, and that's what I would use. That way you wouldn't get any creases, because usually clips that do this are notorious for giving you like dents, but I haven't noticed that with these. We'll see if it does it today, but I haven't had a problem with that so far. Okay, and then I just kind of grab the section behind it. That is one thing these do. I know I said I was like feeling the flocking part and it wasn't getting really hot, but they do. They get very hot in a very short amount of time. Now see how far back that went? I mean, that's okay. You could get it a little closer, but that's actually like right at my crown, and I don't want to have like a little hump there, you know? So put the clip in, and these hold pretty secure. All right, so now I can sit back up. And then I'm gonna take this section, and this is pretty thin, so I think I'm just gonna do, yeah, I'll do 2 on the back. So that's what I was mostly concerned about, was that there wasn't gonna be enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a smaller one and do it over here. Now, if you hold it out like that, you're not gonna get as much volume as you do if you like hold it up higher. So try to get it as high, and then you can kind of grab the ends and wrap those if you find that's easier. I'll show you one closer up in a minute of what I mean. and like just kind of tuck the hair around. It doesn't have to be perfect. I feel like I'm just going really incredibly slow because I'm like, so I think I'm kind of feeling, I'm gonna like scoot way down so you can see. I'm kind of feeling like a change. Like I kind of want to change, not like change, I don't like, okay, like I like the way the room looks in here. But I'm just, I'm sick of seeing that. I mean, it's not a big deal. And backgrounds to me like are not that big. Like I feel like I don't change mine very often. Okay, and then I have 4 left, so I'm gonna do 2 sections and then a top and a bottom to each. So the 2 top sections are gonna be big rollers and the bottom are gonna be small. So I have 2 small and 2 bigs left. But I don't know, like I have something cool that I might, one of those little screen things, I don't know, just to see something different. Like I don't like, okay, watch what I'm doing. Like I'm grabbing the end and I'm wrapping it around. Do you see that? What was I gonna say? Oh, I really don't love like backdrops. It kind of makes me nervous. But so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if I should put my screen there. I don't know what I should do. But I'm just kind of sick of seeing, and the door doesn't bother me. People are like, oh, I don't like the door. I get that, but I kind of don't, because it's like I'm in a room and that's the door. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it is what it is. But I also feel like personally, I'm kind of sick of it too. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just like redecorating but I do love how this room is in here though. It makes me happy when I come in here, especially recently because I actually cleaned it up. Oh God, it makes such a difference. I mean, obviously when you clean something, but yeah. I put all my ghost chairs in here like I had before because I had the 2 over there and then I had the bench right here, but I'm actually sitting in one of my ghost chairs now, which is easier. I could not deal with those in my kitchen, y'all. Like I had 3 of them. Let's see, how many did I have? I had 4 because I had that tiny little one. And then I bought 2 more because I needed a set of 5 of the big ones because I had 1 of the small ones, okay, whatever, to go downstairs. And I gave my friend those woven chairs, which I really, you know, looked really good in her dining room. And I just feel like, I felt like the clear ones were gonna be like really nice down there. And they looked good, but then when the kitchen was done, something about it, the chairs felt and looked, I don't know how to, the chairs felt and looked, I don't want to say this, but I'll be honest, they looked kind of like cheap. Like, I mean, they're nice chairs. I'm not saying they're bad chairs. They just didn't look good. You know, I don't know. I think they looked good like when they, I don't know. So, and then they would, when the sun would come in, you could see like every little fingerprint and every little thing, and they just started annoying me. So they came back up here and I really like them up here. So I have 4 of them in here and then I have 2 of them in my bedroom because I have 1 of the small ones in here. So that turned out really good, but I'm playing musical chairs at the moment downstairs. I have, okay, so I had those in my dining room, and I don't know if I ever like blogged about these or showed them a lot, but they're just those upholstered ones. They're just kind of like very basic and like kind of tall back, like almost like Parsons chairs, but they were very cheap. They were, I mean, they were inexpensive and they're not super comfortable. They're okay, but I thought they're good for the dining room. We don't use that all the time, but they look nice, you know? So whatever, so those were fine. So when I decided what I wanted for the kitchen, I had actually seen these chairs in person. I liked them, so I placed an order for them, and I'll show you more when they actually come in. But 1 set of them came in, and they were a set of 6. I ordered 5 for the table. No, they came in sets of 2, so I had to order 6. I needed 5. I needed 1 for my little desk area in the kitchen, and then 4 for the table, and then that little chair that I got, that little tufted lighter chair that's so cute, that looks like a wingback chair that with a little handle on the back that I got at Home Goods. It is so freaking comfortable. Brad's even like, this is the most comfortable chair, that we put that in our in the office, like, or not in the office, but like, you know, in the little desk in the living room where a lot of times we sit more often to do so, and I feel like that just works better in there. Okay, it's just like musical chairs around here. Anyway, so the chairs came in and they were like a very, like part of them are upholstered. The wood didn't look like it did even in person or like the set that I got. Didn't really go with the table, but I thought, okay, whatever. But the upholstery looked, it was like a taupe. It was supposed to be like a taupey, like warm, like tan. And it looked purple. It was kind of like that dusty, like taupe color that almost looked purple, and it did not look good in there. So I was like, great. So I moved them like into the dining room because I was going to return them, and but I loved them. They were so good. I saw them in the dining room and I was like, oh my gosh, these are so good in here. So I was like, what the heck, Tiffany? Like, what am I gonna? And I already knew I was gonna have to order some different ones for the kitchen. But I had planned to return them, and then they looked so good in the dining room that I was like, I've got to keep these for in here. So I put 6 around the table. I still have the 2 head chairs that I had bought with the wings that I put on the side if we ever need those, if we needed 8. So that worked out so good. And then the chairs that were in the dining room, I know, if you're even following this, like high five on you, because I don't even know if I'm following myself. I put in the kitchen, just like for the time being, because I had already moved the clear chairs, which they don't look good in there at all, but that's fine. But those I'm gonna put in the basement because we have this big like dining table in the basement, and it's kind of like a game table. It's like a big long table, and they look so good down there, so that's gonna be perfect. And then I ordered the new ones for the kitchens. Those should come in soon. Why am I even telling this story? I don't know. I don't know. But I'll share those when they come in. I guess because I was talking about my chairs in here. Okay, so yeah, it's like musical chairs around here. And then my 2 big like tufted, nice, like comfy chairs that are in the family room normally on each side of the fireplace. Well, one side is taken over by Olivia's playhouse, which I love, and the other side has the Christmas tree. So both of those are in the basement now. So it's like chair central around here. But we didn't really end up with an extra set because we were just using mismatched bar stools around the dining table downstairs, so in the basement. So it worked out perfect, even though it was like, it was the most perfect mistake that could have happened. And the ones that I ordered for the kitchen table are just the ones that I should just bit the bullet on and just bought in the first place. They were a little more expensive, but we're gonna use them more often. I think they're gonna be good. So I've kind of learned that like with, I don't know, like with stuff in your house, like sometimes you need to, I wouldn't say like overspend, but if you can afford to spend a certain amount like on chairs or on like a piece of furniture, you're gonna have that forever if you love it. And if you don't, like there's things that are super cheap that I bought that I love, so it's not really about the price. But what I'm saying is like if something really speaks to you that you really love that is a bit more expensive, maybe it's worth it to really try to budget that in, or try to save up, or try to find something similar. I don't know. Don't just settle for something else that you'll end up replacing anyways in a couple years, and then spend what you would have spent on the first. So I don't know, buying stuff for a house, and I look back so many times, I'm like, I wish I would have just bought this, you know, that we ended up buying later anyways. But you know, sometimes your taste isn't always the same or as it was years ago even. But I'm really, really happy with what I've got now, and I'm really excited that that's done, because I was always a little unsure about our like table situation, because I've never really gone and like I've bought furniture for bedrooms and for like, you know, like for a family room, or like bought, you know, for sets of furniture like that I've put together, like different pieces that I've like bought, and like nice pieces of furniture. But I've never bought dining sets because, and I'm so thankful because my grandmother gave me her set, her dining room furniture, which I love and it's so special to me. And being able to put some different pieces with that, like putting some different it just made it so, it just looks so good, and it just is so nice. So I feel like I've kind of been piecing together different things to try to get it right over the years. And then the kitchen table too, I've always used other people's tables. And I think it's because my grandmother, like, she moved in with my parents when I was a teenager, and so a lot of her stuff from her house that was really nice was in storage. So a lot of times, like, I really couldn't justify buying things because I wanted to use her tables and stuff. And I think when we first moved into the other house, I used one of my mom's old tables. And I don't know, I just feel like I've never gone and just like bought a set, which I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it would have totally probably not been what I like now. I love that table that we've got in the kitchen now, that antique table that has like the claw feet, and it's like super cool. So putting some new chairs with that's gonna kind of make it look more finished and good is I'm excited. And I liked the ghost chairs with them. It looked so cool with that. I love ghost chairs with more like rustic furniture, so it doesn't look too like spaceshipy. But I will totally just admit that when the kitchen came together, it just did not look good in there anymore. Those chairs, like I said, looked so cheesy in there. That's what it was. They looked cheesy compared to everything else. It was just weird. But they look so good in here and in our bedroom. I don't know, it's weird. But I love that. I love playing around with stuff and like playing like musical chairs. You see what I'm doing here? I'm waiting for these to cool and I'm just rambling. So let me feel what these are feeling like. So they feel pretty hot, and what I like to do is like what I would do in high school when I was really like in a good groove of hot curlers, and in college, I would dry my hair. I would literally wash my hair like every day, which wasn't good. But anyways, like even if you're gonna do this like every 2 or 3 days, I would dry my hair. I would get it really dry, and then I would go right into doing the curlers, which I don't know. I waited about an hour today. Sometimes I feel like you could get like dense, but maybe it would help it set better. I don't know. Okay, so whatever, that's what I would do. And then I would immediately, after I did this, I would do my makeup. And then by the time my makeup was done, I would take these out. And they weren't always completely cooled, but I was, you know, trying to run out the door. But what I do now is I'll put these in, I'll do my makeup, or I'll do something else. And then by the time I get done with whatever I'm doing, they're cool. And I like it. I like, they're comfortable. You can kind of move around. This one's a little floppy. That one at my bangs was always a little floppy, but they feel really good. They feel secure. So I can go around and do whatever I'm gonna do in the house, and I don't feel weird. You know what I mean? I feel actually good. Like I feel like it's up and kind of out of my face. I can even leave these up for like an hour if I wanted to, but by the time you start feeling them cool off, like they're still pretty warm right now. I don't know how long it's been. Like these are very warm. Wait until, ideally, they're totally cool. I know you don't always have time to do that, but even if you take them out when they're still a little warm, don't style them right away. You know what I mean? Just like let the hair cool. So, let me pause this for a minute and like let it, because I don't think I can ramble for like, because I think I'm gonna have at least like 10 more minutes. But I did want to mention one more thing. I have gotten so many people saying, where's your kitchen vlog? Where's your kitchen vlog? And I know I am the worst, like not the worst, but with vlogs, like I will collect a lot of footage over a little while. Like I don't like doing just one day, or just because I just feel like it's forced. I just would rather film when I want to and then have everything kind of come together, you know what I mean? And then just post a vlog of like all the good stuff. I don't think it matters really if it was today or if it was like 5 days ago, you know what I mean? I just don't think it matters. To me, I'd rather just see like a mix up of good stuff than just like one day of me just doing nothing, just because I feel like I have to. So that's how and then it's fun because when I know, okay, well Friday I'm gonna post a vlog, which Friday I might post a vlog, it feels to me like it's done already. Like I've already got all the clips. I'm not having to like go forcefully like film something. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of natural. So many things have been going on lately. I just feel like everything's kind of just not stressful, but there's just been so much lately, and especially like with the holidays and everything, it's been a lot. So that is coming up soon. I cannot wait to share with you guys a little bit more about that. I mean, I'm not like going into super detail because I want to do it when it's all completely done and do like a really pretty but it's really not even done yet. Like I haven't even cleaned the glass and the top little things. Like it's just been a lot. Moving things back in was, and I say was, but has been, because I'm still kind of organizing, getting things back, has been a lot slower by far than like moving things out. Because when I was moving things out, I was kind of like dumping things in bins and, you know, putting them in the dining room. But now I feel like I'm kind of like, you know, I had to clean out every single counter, every single surface of I had to clean out every single shelf, every single cabinet. We have got a lot of cabinets, so it just has been very time consuming, which is fine and I love it. But it's been overwhelming. Like I feel like for a while I was kind of in shock. Like you can't, like kind of like when you move into a new house or something, like it's almost like you can't believe this is you know what I mean? I kind of felt like that with the kitchen. Every morning I would be so excited to go down. I still am. I'm like a kid. I'm so excited to go down there. It just feels good, you know? I mean, it just feels so good in there. It feels so different. Like it's just like pictures don't even do it justice, and pictures haven't even done it justice because I've just like literally the pictures that I posted on Instagram were ones that I took that night, like when they were leaving. And I think he said that he was gonna get someone to come in and like photograph it, like, so I'll have some really good photos, and he wanted some really good ones too. But yeah, I haven't even photographed it like during the day. It's just been chaos. A lot of stuff has been going on. There's still a lot of little things I have to do. So, okay, I'm just rambling at this point and whatever. I really want to take these out, but I don't want to rush it. This actually feels pretty cool. And I would say, like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I gotta get my show on the road. So, I'm not gonna sit around in these too much longer. So I'm just gonna take them out. God, it's gonna be like a 45-minute hair video. Okay, so I would really like to take them out, ideally, like in order of when you do them. So these are obviously gonna be last, but, okay, whatever, I'm taking them out wrong, aren't I? So, you can take them out however you want. You see I kind of like twirled that one. Don't be afraid of how it looks right away because it's gonna look a little weird. Like the curls aren't gonna be super pretty. And you kind of twirl them like that. I know when I've used smaller curlers before, I take them out like that and it gives you more of like a curling irony feel. But then I feel like that girl in Hairspray, the annoying like blonde girl. Okay, and then just however you want to take them out, just take them out. But just let them look, but just let them look like kind of ugly and weird. Like who cares? Just let them fall and do what they want to do for a minute. So I'm looking poofy. All right, so then we're gonna let it cool for a minute. That's the trick. So really let it cool. You know, don't, I mean, I'm messing with it. I'm saying don't mess with it as I'm messing with it. So let it cool for a minute and then we'll style it. I'm gonna see this video and be like, oh my gosh, this is like a 40-minute video about curling hair. Well, the hair curling probably only took like 10 minutes. Really, it is. This is a quick way to curl your hair. Like you can put these in your hair in like less than 5 minutes and then go do something else. But I'm like talking to you guys and I get it. But okay, so we're gonna let it cool. Don't mess with it, just let it cool. I'll put that up so it kind of like cools kind of back so we get more volume. Anybody starts watching this now, they're like, what is this chick doing? Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it. It's so tempting to like want to fix it, touch it, but just don't. I probably should have left them in for a few more minutes, but you can kind of see, it's kind of like it sets your hair. It's like, it makes your hair kind of look like styled, and you'll see that when it's done. Like it gives it a little bit of a, like a curve, and I feel like it kind of just gives you volume, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be like ringlets or curls. This makes my hair look huge. Got the vlog coming up. I have some handbag videos coming up. You guys have really been wanting to see one in particular that I have, and I think I'm gonna finally do it. I haven't done one in a long time, you guys. Like, I miss doing them. I haven't done one in so long. So that'll come up. I don't really know what I want to do in here. I feel like sometimes I just get so confused, and I just like ideally this is where my thing is best, like my whole little setup. Like I like this table here because I've got the window, everything's nice. But then I don't necessarily like I don't like that. But like I said, I might put something different back there, I don't know. But then it's like in front of the door, you know? I would ideally like to see that wall like we used to. But then I'd have to block the closet. Or I'd have to put this in the closet and then I wouldn't get the light from the window, which is kind of essential. So I just always end up like leaving it alone. I think I'm just gonna change that up a little bit and then do like I said with my thing. Okay. So what are we doing? Are we almost done? Like I'm just getting impatient. Like I can't. So with these, unless if you have really long hair, you're not gonna get like a ton of curl. Like it's not gonna have as many times to go around. Like you see how curved that is? Well, if I had more hair, it would go around a few more times, you know what I mean? And then it would look more, but it gives you so much volume and it gives your hair such like a good shape. But then I like that to kind of flip out a little. I don't like that to always look so like curved in perfectly. But it's pretty, like it's just a different look. Like I said, it's not gonna be the same as if you were to use like a hot curlers or something. But, and I mean the curlers are this big, so it's a very large like wavy effect. Especially if you've got hair that's a little kind of medium length like mine, a little shorter. So ideally, I would like to have them this smaller size in the set and even smaller. I would love to get a size smaller, and I hope that they sell them because I actually really do love this set of rollers. I think it's nice. I just wish it had a little cover. But this is kind of cool because it truly like sets your hair and gives it some body and a bit of like a little bit of a curl that will last for days. Like if you truly let it, like I mean obviously it's cooled and you know, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna be like little spiral curls or anything. You're never going to get that with rollers this large. You might get a more wavy effect if you have much longer hair. It's just a pretty effect, you know? It just looks kind of done. It just makes your hair look more done, which I like. It doesn't look so stick straight. I feel like it's just like a very sexy look, and it's just very easy. It just looks like it's kind of naturally maybe what your hair could do, you know? It doesn't look so like obviously curled, but it doesn't look like stick straight, like you haven't done anything to it. So I think it's just super easy. It's just really pretty. It just makes it look kind of, you see there's like a little bit of curl to it, but it's not crazy, you know? And a lot of times if I use a curling iron that gives me this effect, that's not super curled, but it just gives me a little bit of a curl on my ends, it falls like super, super fast. But this actually will set your hair. Like I feel like this actually lasts a very long time. It's not like heavy, crunchy curls, you know what I mean? That are like stuck to, they're just very light and bouncy. I just think it's really pretty. It's kind of sweet, it's just kind of sexy. It's just very easy hair, I feel. All right guys, so thanks for kind of chit-chatting with me and doing my hair with me today. That was fun. And you know, if you want like a verdict on these, like should you get them, should you not? It's just about how you want your hair to look. If you want like that, you know, really curled curling iron look, this isn't gonna do it unless you get very small ones. And even so, it's a bit of a different look, but you know, hot curlers are kind of called hair setters for a you know, they really make your hair last because it sets them, it cools. It's very good for that, like staying power, but it just kind of gives you a little bit of like a style, you know? It doesn't look so crunchy and done. And it's like a pretty curl without being like in your face. So I will link to everything below, everything that I'm wearing, everything that I mentioned in this video, of course, the rollers. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on these. I would really say that, you know, the amount is what made me nervous. I thought 8 wouldn't be enough. It very much is. But I would really like a set that's just smaller. Like I said, these are 2 sizes, but I would like a set that's smaller than these, I think, for my hair length. So I don't know, let me know. I'm gonna do some research and see if that exists, and if it does, I might pick up some of those, but I do like this. It's just a different look, and it's cool. So thank you guys again for chit-chatting and hanging out with me today, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye guys.